My name is Valerie Asbell, and I am the owner of 𝗘𝗡𝗢𝗨, and I am currently directing a production of a short play called Not Enough Oxygen by Caryl Churchill. This play is being rehearsed and performed via Zoom, which is something I have become well accustomed to this year, hence my green screen. And I chose this play for a variety of reasons. For one thing, I really like to choose projects that are relevant to current events whenever possible, and Caryl Churchill is my favorite playwright next to Shakespeare. And so I did a little research to look for plays that might be good for the digital stage and might be good for my company's budget. And I was aware that Caryl Churchill had a volume of short plays published, so I bought it and I read some of them. And this play really stuck out to me for reasons that will soon become very obvious. She wrote it in 2010, or excuse me, she wrote it in the early 70s, but she set it in 2010. So it was futuristic at the time. Obviously 2010 is come and gone. But essentially what's happened is that the pollution in the world has become so bad that there's very little breathable air left. And because of this, characters are forced to stay home as much as humanly possible, if not completely. And to make matters worse, there are fanatics wreaking havoc. So, a number of thoughts went through my head as I was reading this. I mean, honestly, I almost fell out of my chair when I was reading the play for the first time. But for one thing, it made me think of the powers that be and the irresponsibility of the powers that be that causes a lot of really bad pollution, a lot of climate change, and it kind of reminded me, to be honest, of the gross mishandling of the pandemic. And even though these characters in the play are forced to stay home because of pollution rather than a pandemic, obviously climate change is still a very serious issue that we need to talk about and do something about. And while I was doing research for this play, I actually found out that environmental destruction contributes to pandemics. And if you're interested in reading more about that, I've linked an article in the description of this video. But essentially, animal habitats get destroyed and the animals are forced to flee the destructed area. And because of that, they eventually come into contact with humans and bring us their pathogens, which we normally wouldn't have contact with, and these pathogens are deadly to us. Yeah, when I read that, it just it made me think that it's kind of fate that this show has to happen right now, to be honest. And another thing about the play that I relate to is the witnessing of fanatical behavior. What's going on in the play is that there are people that are referred to as fanatics, and the audience doesn't see their activity directly, but essentially they're just pretty much throwing gas on the fire. They're taking a bad situation and they're making it so much worse. And I think for one reason that this is happening is because people have just lost their minds and there's just no hope. I'm not shy about saying that I can relate to seeing fanatical behavior in this day and age, and I haven't been shy about saying that in my promotion of this show. And when I've said that, I get a little worried, and I get a little worried that people might think I'm referring to protesters when I say I'm witnessing fanatical behavior, and nothing could be further from the truth. When I say we're witnessing fanatical behavior, I'm referring to the people who are science deniers, who deny the importance of masks or vaccines or social distancing, or even call COVID a hoax. And this type of behavior is extremely dangerous, and it's causing a lot of damage. In my opinion, I don't think it's quite the same type of fanatical behavior as it is in the play, but the point is, I can relate to seeing mob mentality and the destruction that it causes. I should also say I didn't choose this play because I'm trying to bring about doom and gloom, because we've definitely seen enough of that in the recent past. But theater holds the mirror up to nature. I mean, all art does, in my opinion. Theater encourages critical thinking. It encourages thought-provoking conversation. It reaches out to the audience and says, I see you, I hear you, and I want to tell your story. And I think Caryl Churchill is one of the greatest playwrights capable of doing this. And that's why I'm just very honored to be directing one of her shows. And actually, I'm going to be directing another one of her short plays for the digital stage. It's called The Judge's Wife, which is currently scheduled for June of this year. But in a nutshell, that is not enough oxygen. And I hope you'll tune in. Tickets are free. Suggested donation $5. But tickets are free. You will need a ticket. And in order to get a ticket, you can go to 𝗘𝗡𝗢𝗨𝗚𝗏.org and click on tickets. And thank you very much.